Okay, so I'm trying a live stream with a different set of settings to see how this streams because my broadband is slow, so I've adjusted the output. And again, in order to try and make this a little bit more useful, I'm going to try and cover a topic which I think is enormously important to the work that I do. And I've borrowed this from Cybernetics, or I found this in Cybernetics. And I'm going to be talking about this in a talk that I'm doing on Friday at the Joy of Coding conference. And it's requisite variety. And this comes from Cybernetics. Originally, Ross Ashby in the 40s and 50s talked about variety can destroy variety. Only variety can destroy variety, because the 40s and 50s was quite a hard time. And what they're talking about is cybernetics is about how do systems survive, and it's how do systems survive in relation to each other and the environment. And the environment that we're working with very often is our project, our company, the teams that we have, the processes we have. And the variety is really important. If your environment changes, say it gets really, really cold, and we don't have the ability to respond in terms of making a shelter or making a fire or having warmer clothes, we will not survive because we do not have the variety of responses that allow us to handle those changes in our environment. So Ross Ashby is talking about only our variety in responses can destroy that variety in the environment to achieve some sort of survival equilibrium that we require. Stafford Beer, who was talking in the 60s and 70s when it was a little bit more peace and love, talked about only variety can absorb variety, recognizing that we're part of that system. So we're absorbing some of the changes that are coming into our system and making the full system work. And both of those notions are important. But the concept of changing and having variety in our responses and having multiple skill sets and ways of approaching things is really, really important. It's almost the essence of context-driven testing. So I'm always thinking, am I changing enough? Am I learning enough things to give me the variety that I need to handle not just this environment, but other environments that are going forward? Am I contextual enough? Am I really responding to what's actually happening in this environment, or am I bringing in things that I've thought about before? And this also relates to how I think about testing, because I'm thinking about how I observe things. Am I observing enough to actually detect the variety that I know of? Am I looking in the right places? Will I see the variety when it happens? Am I observing at a deep enough level to catch that variety? Am I tracking it? Am I modeling this effectively so that I'm observing trends over time so I can spot weak signals? Because I'll only spot weak signals if I incorporate that in my modeling. Inspection in terms of can I go deep enough? Am I actually observing all the variety that is possible? Am I using enough tools to help me do this? Can I manipulate this? Can I actually destroy and absorb the variety? Can I do things in a way that allow me to survive? And all of that keeps me focused on, am I learning enough of the technology to be able to spot variation that might impact me, to identify risks, to changes that have happened, am I testing in a way that is targeting those changes, or am I looking at things that have happened before without considering that? This notion from Cybernetics of requisite variety is absolutely essential to how I approach software development, testing, marketing. Am I responding to the demands effectively? Are we getting the feedback that we need? That to me is key. So it's an incredibly useful notion. So now I'm going to check, see how that live stream did.